Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I painted this loose and atmospheric sunset watercolor painting, and I really hope you enjoy watching this tutorial. I'm starting by mixing my colors first so that when I'm painting the sky wet on wet, I don't have to waste any time and mix my colors. So the first color that I'm mixing is like a dirty looking orange. I added some burnt sienna to my yellow. This is a medium yellow, so it's not like lemon yellow that is cool. And also a warm yellow with more yellow in the mixture. And I'm also going to be using a touch of Potter's Pink. If you don't have this color, you can add a touch of green to any pink or even a watered down version of alizarin crimson to create a similar color. I'm also going to be using lavender for the top section of the sky, but you can use a watered down version of French ultramarine blue. I'm starting by wetting the top section of the paper, and as you can see, I don't have too much water on the paper, so when I'm adding my colors, these colors don't spread too much. If the colors spread too much, make sure that you give your paper a little bit more time to absorb the water, or make sure that you don't have too much water on your brush. So take the excess water using a napkin of your brush. I'm starting by painting my purest colors first, which are my yellowish orangish colors, and then I'm going to be painting the lavender because I don't mind if the lavender gets into the orange and gets muddy up a little bit, but I wouldn't like it the other way around. So if I painted the lavender first and then I moved on painting the orange, there would be a high chance of the lavender getting into the orange and make it look a lot more grayed down. And for the shadow parts of the clouds, I added Amethyst Genuine to lavender. If you don't have this color, you can add indigo or Payne's Gray to any purple that you have, or mix your own purple using red and blue. But as you can see, I really don't have a lot of water on my brush because especially with clouds, I want them to hold their shape. So I'm making sure that I take the excess water off my brush. Once I'm happy with the shape of the sky, I'm using a clean damp brush that barely has any water in it to soften the bottom edge a little bit. If your paper is already drying, don't worry about it because we're going to be painting on top of it and it's going to be covered up. I also used a paper towel to lift up some paint for the sun while the paint is still damp. You can let your paper dry at this stage, or you can move on to painting the reflection of the sky on the water. I'm basically using the exact same colors that I used for the sky and making these loose marks. I'm not worried about trying to mirror exactly the colors on the sky. It's actually going to look much better if it doesn't mirror the colors of the sky exactly. So just loosely using the same colors that I used in the sky and a little bit of the shadow color for the clouds. And then I'm using my hairdryer to dry the painting completely. And this is the finished painting. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget, if you're a beginner, the best way to learn landscape painting is to practice individual parts of a landscape painting. For example, focus on practicing how to paint soft and dreamy skies in watercolor, and maybe another week focus on the reflections, and that way you'll improve very fast. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page if you're interested to see the whole process of this painting, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy painting!